So how did you go from dealing whatever you were dealing to selling?
Yeah, I was dealing
food?
with steroids,
Steroids?
anabolic steroids. Yeah, for 7-8 years.
And this was what, 2010 something?
2000. If I got out 2000s, so probably 2006 to 2012.
How did
Yeah,
how did that
2000.
end up? Did you get in trouble again?
So I was a full-time drug dealer. I did not have a regular job. I was out 6-7 nights a week, partying, bottle service. I had 2 vehicles. I had a fluorescent orange Lamborghini and a fluorescent green H2 Hummer. Okay. I was a fucking fool. Like, looking back on it, it's almost like an impressive lack of self-awareness. Like I might as well just had a sign on the side of my vehicles that said, "Come arrest me."
Right.
Right. But I was just so stupid.
I mean, are you still doing the college thing with the military at this point?
No.
You said fuck that.
Hell, why? What was the point? I mean, I'm making all this cash. I'd do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Right. I sleep till 11 or 12, fucking go work out, come home, take a nap, and go out and party. And I recognized, I mean, part of the reason why I went out so much back then, other than the fact that I was young and I loved it,
Right.
was that I realized early on that when I went to the club, I'd always be with chicks because I always had money, right? I always had money, so I'd always get bottles and tables and things like that. So easy to have chicks when that's the case. And I kind of worked it out in my mind that when I would go into the club with this group of chicks, that I would get a lot of attention. Like, the guys, I'd get a lot of attention from the guys. Well, the girls would get a lot of attention, right? But the guys would want to come talk to me,
Right.
to
Who's
see what's
this
going
guy?
on,
Yeah.
right? And meet the chicks and kind of learn a little bit of what I had going on. And that quickly became my customer acquisition method. I was meeting a lot of people out in nightlife who, saw the lifestyle that I was
They're trying to
living.
get juiced up. They're trying to get the girls.
They're trying to literally get juiced up.
Yeah, literally.
So
you made a bunch of money. You bought a Lamborghini and a Hummer truck.
yeah, and then listen,
So
I didn't have I couldn't afford those vehicles. I think this is an important point. Like, I was making a lot of cash, but I was spending it quicker than it was coming in. I mean, I've always said this. I've always been good at making money. I would say I'm pretty great at spending it. I've never been good at managing it. I'd never been good at managing it, to that point. And I was like, my whole life was just a facade, right? I was trying to make it look like I was doing a lot better than I was, that I was more successful than I was, that I was happier than I was, that I was more fulfilled than I was. Because really what I was doing is I was attempting to overcompensate for some deep-rooted neurotic insecurity. Now, of course, I'm not aware of that at the time, but I am aware that when I'm home by myself or I'm alone with my own thoughts, I didn't really like the way that I felt.
Yeah.
And I think that's another reason why I probably was out so much, drinking and partying.
Yeah, you avoided that alone time and you were just out drinking and kind of numbing whatever those thoughts would have been.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this clip, click here for the full episode.